everybody. Welcome to the KellieBom Yoga Studio, otherwise known as my living room. I thought about recording outside today, but I've been having some challenges with my microphone, so maybe not. Maybe next time. We'll go out to the backyard. All right, you guys, let's come into a comfortable seat at the top of our mats. We're going to do a 45-minute class today. Nothing too crazy, but lots of options. So if you want to try something new or try something a little bit different than what you're used to, there'll be lots of options for you to do those things. All right, let's come into a comfortable seat at the top of our mats. Of course, the cats are always like, what? It's yoga time. Let's play. Oh, they're so cute. Okay. Grounding down through your sit bones, long straight spine, shoulders back and down, big deep breath in all the way down to the bottom of your tummy. And all the way out through your nose. Maybe engaging your Ujjayi breath. What is your Ujjayi breath? A little constriction in the back of your throat, specifically on the exhale, a little Darth Vader breath. A little audibility on that exhale that really lengthens it out. And sending your awareness down into your physical body and taking note of all the little places inside of you where you might be holding on to stress or tension or pain. And on your next deep inhale, sending the oxygen into the places inside of you that need it the most. Let's inhale, both arms up into the air, palms facing each other. Exhale, bring it down through center. Inhale up. Exhale down. This one's different. Inhale up. Exhale, bringing your right hand to your left knee and your left arm behind you like a strong second spine. Gently twisting open, looking over your left shoulder. Twisting from the core, twisting from the shoulders. Maybe giving that left knee a little tug with your right hand, allowing for a little bit more of a twist on the exhale. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale with the left hand on your right knee and your right arm behind you like a strong second spine. Twist it open, looking over your right shoulder. Big full breath. Inhale, both arms up into the air. Exhale, bring it down through center. And with your hands on your knees, just making really big circles with your torso. Keep your booty grounded into the earth. Those sit bones are not moving from their spot. Moving from the hips, really rotating, switching directions, going the other way. Big full breaths while we're doing this. And coming back up into center, let's come onto our hands and our knees. Into a tabletop position, palms flat, fingers spread out wide, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Elbow crease, facing forward. Inhale, looking up at the ceiling, lifting from the chest. Exhale, tucking your chin, arching your spine, pressing down through your shoulders and the palms of your hands. Inhale, looking up at the ceiling, pressing your belly button down into the mat, lifting from the chest. Exhale, tucking your chin, arching your spine, pressing down through your shoulders and the palms of your hands. Returning back into neutral. And taking a look over your right shoulder like you had a tail. Let your hips fall down to the left. Really exaggerated. Huge side bend. Big deep breath. Seal it in. Bring it back around into neutral. Other side, looking over your left shoulder. Let your hips fall down to the right. Big side bend. Seal it with a breath. Bringing it back around into center. And lifting the right leg up. Pressing that foot out behind you like you're stamping your footprint on the wall back there. Just breathe, just for a moment. And now bending that knee, creating a 90-degree angle, and just pulsing it up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Option to continue this pulsing, or picking up the left hand, opposite foot, maybe reaching behind you to grab onto that foot. If you're pulsing, keep pulsing. If you're grabbing your foot, press the back of your foot into your hand, finding a little bit of a lift. Gently release, let it all go, bringing everything back down to the earth. Check your alignment. Hands flat, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Picking up the left knee, extending it out behind you. Flexing your foot like you're stamping your footprint on the wall back there. Just hold, breathe. Bending that knee, finding a 90-degree angle. Hanging out here, start pulsing up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Keep doing this. Or option to pick up the right hand, reach it around, and grab that foot. If you're pulsing, keep pulsing. If you're grabbing your foot, press the back of your foot into your hand, finding a little bit of a lift. Gently release, let it back down to the earth. Tucking your toes, lifting your hips, sending them up and back, downward facing dog. Now we're going to hang out here for a couple of breaths. Take a moment to pedal out those hamstrings, feeling so tight, pressing your chest towards your thighs. Let those shoulder blades slide up your back. Let the muscles in your neck and your head relax. Give your head a little yes, yes, yes. And no, no, no. Loosen it up. Let it go. Let it go. Looking up at your hands. Step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale halfway, long straight spine. Exhale all the way down to the floor. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring it down through center. All right. Inhale, rise. Grabbing onto that right wrist with your left thumb and forefinger, gently bending towards the left. Big stretch, twisting the chest open towards the ceiling. Option to pick up that right foot, just touching your toe about a foot away from your center line. Big full breaths. Bringing everything back into center. Exhale, bring it through. Inhale, rise. Other side, grabbing the left wrist with your right thumb and forefinger. Bending towards the right, twisting your chest open towards the sky, the ceiling, the sky. Big full breath. Option to pick up that left foot. Just touching your toe away from your center line, lengthening through the left side of your body. Take a deep breath here. One more breath. Bringing everything back into the center line. Exhale, coming through. Nice. Inhale, arms up. Exhale all the way down to the floor. Hands flat, stepping back into downward facing dog. Take a moment here. We're going to lift up the right leg up into the air, bending that knee, opening that hip up to the right side of the room. Gazing up underneath the right armpit. One more breath. Swinging the right leg through to the front of your mat, replacing the right hand with the right foot. Dropping that left knee down onto the earth. Take a moment, find your balance. Inhale to rise. Hips are going forward and down. That right knee is directly over your right ankle. Big full breaths. Little tiny back bend, lifting from the chest. Hips are going forward and down. Cactus arms come out to the side. Bring those shoulder blades together behind you. Take a deep breath, lifting from the chest. Inhale, arms up into the air. Exhale, open up to the right. Right arm reaching to the back, left arm reaching to the front. Don't lose that bend in your front knee. Inhale, back up to center. Other side, open it up to the left. Left arm reaching to the back, right arm to the front. Those hips are coming forward and down. Don't lose that bend in your front knee. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, both hands down on the inside of this right foot. Hands flat, fingers spread out wide. Arm bones stacked on top of each other. Hips are still coming forward and down. Let the pose do the work for you here. We're going to keep the left hand flat, fingers spread out wide. Twist it open with the right. Breathe. One more breath. Exhale, bring it back down through center. Tucking your toes, lifting your hips, stepping back into downward facing dog. Take a moment, take a breath. And we're going to lift up the left leg up into the air, bending that knee, opening that hip up to the side of the room. Gazing up underneath your left armpit. One more breath. And swinging that left leg through, replacing the left hand with your left foot. Dropping that right knee down to the earth. Take a moment, find your balance. Inhale to rise. Hips are coming forward and down. Bending deeply into that left knee, lifting from the chest, little tiny back bend. Big full breaths. Cactus arms come out to the side, lifting from the chest, shoulder blades come together behind you. Take a deep breath here. Inhale, arms up into the air. Exhale, open up to the right. Right arm reaching to the back. Hips are still going forward and down. Twist it out. Twisty. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, open up to the left. Left arm reaching to the back. Right arm reaching to the front. Hips are still going forward and down. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, both hands down on the inside of this left foot. Hands flat, fingers spread out wide. Hips are still coming forward and down. Take a moment, let the pose do the work for you. Let's keep the right hand flat. Twist it open with the left. Twisting that chest open towards the ceiling, big full breath. Gazing up at that hand. Hips are still coming forward and down. Exhale, bringing it back down into center. Tucking those toes, lifting those hips, big step back, downward facing dog. Take a moment, looking up at your hands, step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway, long straight spine. Exhale, all the way down to the floor. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring it down through center. All right, big step back with the right foot. Just turning it out at a 45-degree angle. Kicking that right hip out behind you. Left arm in front, right arm behind. Reach, reaching forward until you cannot reach anymore. Dropping the back of your hand to the inside of your ankle. Right arm comes up into the sky, Trikonasana. Triangle, maybe gazing up at that hand if that's available to you. One more big breath. Looking down at your foot, finding your balance. Inhale to rise. Rotating that back foot at a 90-degree angle so that your side of your foot parallel with the side of the mat. Bending that left knee over your left ankle, warrior two. You should be able to see your left toe poking out here beyond your knee. Bending deeply into that front knee. Grounding down through the outside edge of your back foot. This is the tricky part. Not tricky, but we tend to not really think about our back bodies and our back foot. Feel the weight distribution in your feet. Is it even? Really making sure that your back foot and your back leg is doing its share of the work. Balancing out that weight distribution. Long, tall spine. Take a peek behind you. Make sure that back arm isn't falling down. Staring down the middle finger of your left hand. Breathe. Shoulders drop away from your ears. Feel that warrior strength. Ripping the mat apart with your strong warrior stance. On your next inhale, straighten out that front leg, turning towards the long edge of your mat. Pointing the toes forward so that the side of your foot is parallel with the side of the mat. Inhale, arms up into the air. Exhale, forward fold. Coming into your expression of this wide-legged forward fold. Palms flat, fingers spread out wide, arm bones stacked on top of each other. You might come down on your forearms. You might come down onto the crown of your head. I'm not really there today. Not yet, anyways. And we're just hanging out here for a couple of breaths. With every inhale, rising up a little tiny bit. With every exhale, allowing yourself to move into the space that you're creating. Big, full, beautiful breaths. One more deep breath. On your inhale, starting to rise, bring it back up. Grabbing onto your belt or your strap. If you have one, just fold it in half and grab it behind you, just like this. If you don't have one, that's totally fine. Just grab your hands together in a fist. It's all good. I like to use my belt here because I have really, really, really tight shoulders. So holding it behind you, inhale, lengthening through the spine, lengthening through the neck. Exhale, forward fold, allowing those arms to waterfall over your head. Big, full breath. One more deep breath. Inhale to rise, bringing it up tall and strong, dropping that strap off to the side if you have one, and turning towards the back of your mat. So we're going to rotate that right foot so that the toes are facing forward, and that left foot is going to stay put. Side of your foot parallel with the side of the mat, bending deeply into that right knee. Knee directly over your ankle. Warrior 2 on this side, grounding down through the outside edge of that left foot. Feel that weight distribution in your feet. Is it even? Is your back foot, is your left foot doing the same amount of work as your right foot? Take a little peek at your right big toe. It should be sticking out on the left side of your knee over here. You should be able to see it down there. We don't want that knee kind of like caving in over here on this side. Keep it open. Take a little peek behind you. Make sure that back arm isn't falling down. Staring down the middle finger of your right hand. Now there's so much going on in this pose. Don't forget to ground down through your left foot. Right? Both of your feet are doing different things. Your arm is trying to fall down. There's so much happening. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Strong warrior stance. Straightening out that front leg. Kicking that left hip out behind you. Reaching forward, reach until you can't reach anymore. Dropping the back of your hand to the inside of your ankle. Left arm goes up into the sky, Trikonasana. Big full breath. Maybe gazing up at that hand if that's available to you. Looking down at your foot, finding your balance. Inhale to rise. Opening up to the long edge of your mat. Toes pointing forward, side of your foot parallel with the side of the mat. We're gonna bend the right knee, coming into a little side squat on the right side. Now, on your left foot, you can just rotate it up, grounding down through the heel, pulling the toes in towards your face. On your squat side, you might find yourself up on the ball of your foot, or you might come flat on your foot. Depending on your own personal flexibility, you might find it more easy to balance up on the ball of your foot or on your flat foot. Everybody's different. Do your thing. It's all good. You can use your hands to help you balance here, or if you're feeling really brave, you might bring your hands up into a prayer position and balance. If you're balancing, find your drishti, find your gentle focus, something still that's not moving. If your hands are up, bringing them back down to the floor and crawling over to the other side, bending that left knee, coming down into your side squat. Right foot comes up off the floor, grounding down through that heel. Now, option, you can be using your hands here to balance. Maybe lifting the hands up off the floor. Find your drishti. Find your stillness. This is my favorite mudra. Dropping your hands back to the floor if they're up. Straightening the legs. Inhale to rise. And pointing those toes out towards the corners of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, squat it down. Making any little adjustments in your feet. Outward rotation of the thighs here. Your thighs are kind of like rotating outwards just to help you support. Long, tall spine. Big, deep breaths. Hands on your knees. Dropping the right shoulder down, left shoulder goes up to the sky. Twist it out. Coming back into center, other side. Left shoulder goes down into the center, right shoulder comes up to the sky. Twist it out. Coming back up into center. Take a moment, take a breath. Burning the thighs, I know it, I know. One more breath. Straighten those legs. Strong yogis. Excellent. Turning back towards the front of your mat. Big step forward. Shake it out. You guys are working really hard today. Take a sip of water. All right, balance. Pick up the toes. Spread them out. Plant them down. Knees over ankles, hips over knees, pelvis tilted forward, shoulders back and down. Big, deep breath. Picking up the right foot and resting it on your left ankle. Yogi's choice here, okay? Pick it up to your calf. Maybe to your thigh. And as always, option for a half lotus. Resting that foot in your left groin. I hate that word, groin. Groin. I don't know. Whoop. Find your drishti, find your balance, using your hands in any manner at all that helps you feel more steady and secure. Without dropping that foot, pick it up, give it a little hug into your body. Rotate that ankle, wiggle your toes. Whew, holding it out in front of you. Flexing the foot, pulling it in towards your face, really locking that leg into your hip bone. Whew. Option to hang out here or grab onto that big toe with your peace fingers and extend the leg out. If it doesn't come straight, that's okay. You can bend this knee as much as you need. You just want to keep the standing leg straight. Let it go, drop it down, shake it out. All right. It's extra hard, I find, to balance on carpet because the fibers are kind of like messing with you a little bit. Like they're not solid, right? So KellieBom Yoga Studios is carpeted. It's a little bit weird. Okay, reset. Pick up the toes, spread them out, knees over ankles, hips over knees, pelvis tilted forward, shoulders back and down. Get grounded. Get grounded. Send those roots deep into the earth. Take a breath. Picking up the left foot, resting it against your right ankle. Yogi's choice. Bring it up to your calf. Maybe to your thigh. Option for a half lotus. Using your arms in any manner at all that helps you feel more steady and secure. You might find more or less balance on this side. Grounding down through the right foot. Find your drishti. Find your focus. Where are you resting your gaze? Without dropping that foot, pick it up, give it a little hug into your body. Rotate your ankle, wiggle your toes. Extending that leg out, pulling the toes in towards your face, locking that thigh right into that hip bone. Option to stay here, or maybe grab onto that big toe with your peace fingers, extending the leg out. Drop it back down to the earth, shake it out. Good balancing. Balancing is hard. All right. With your feet about hip width apart from each other, just pointing those toes out towards the corners of your mat. Inhale, arms up into the air. Exhale, squat it down low. Now, once you get down here, just make any adjustments that you need to in your feet to help you find a little bit more balance, a little bit more comfort. This one can be uncomfortable. Some people have really sore knees and really sore hips. So listen to your body, listen to what it's telling you. But don't be afraid to try things that are a little bit uncomfortable. Remember that there's a difference between discomfort and pain, right? Nothing great happens in your comfort zone. If you stay in your comfort zone, you're going to get the same results that you've always gotten. If you want to get different results, you got to step outside of your comfort zone. And there you might find discomfort. However, it doesn't have to be a bad thing, you know? Pain, we don't want that. That's not what we're here for. So we listen to our bodies, we try things, we modify. You know, we're all a little bit different. But one of the reasons that I love the squat, and I include it in almost every single one of my classes because it's my favorite pose, because there's so much room for growth in a squat. It's really amazing what the squat can do for you. So wherever your squat is, long, tall spine, shoulders back and down, big, deep breath. Let's reach the right hand out beyond our right knee. Drop that hand flat, left arm up, twisting the chest open towards that left arm. Breathe. Bring it back down into center. Take a breath, reset. Other side, extending the left hand out beyond the left knee. Right arm comes up, creating a long diagonal line. Twisting your chest open towards that right hand. Breathe. Bringing it back down into center. Reset. Take a deep breath. Hands flat on the floor in front of you, stepping back into that downward facing dog. We're going to lift the right foot up into the air, swinging it through, dropping that shin to the front of your mat. Using your left toes behind you just to straighten out that leg so that it's long and strong. Let's inhale, lengthen, proud pigeon. From your toes to the crown of your head, where you're going to feel this one is more in your left outer thigh, or sorry, your left outer hip. And on your next breath, starting to lower down to the earth, you might come maybe halfway, you might come right down on your forearms. You might come right down to the floor, and you will find that the stretch changes from your left hip to your right inner hip. And we're just going to hang out here for a couple of breaths. Let your hips be heavy. Breathing into your back body like a beautiful turtle shell. Two more deep breaths. On your inhale, starting to rise, bring it back up tall. Tucking your toes, lifting those hips, stepping back into downward facing dog. Left leg comes up into the air, swinging it through, dropping that left shin at the front of your mat. Using your right toes behind you just to straighten that leg out, long and strong behind you. Inhale, lengthen, proud pigeon, lengthening through the spine, through the neck, crown of your head, reaching for the sky, reaching for the ceiling. Kind of pressing down through the back of your foot. Without, you're not lifting that leg up off the mat, but just lengthening through your leg all the way up the side of your body, crown of your head, reaching for the sky. And on the exhale, let's start to bring it down low. Coming down on your forearms. Coming down to the mat. Maybe you're using a block, a pillow, a blanket, other props. You can come right down on a pillow. Breathing into your hips, allowing them with every exhale to sink a little bit deeper, a little bit heavier. With every inhale, breathing into your back body like a beautiful turtle shell. And with every exhale, letting go a little bit more. 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, starting to rise back up. Take your time, moving slowly, tucking your toes, lifting your hips, stepping back into that downward facing dog. Take a moment and just give yourself whatever feels good here. Just move your legs, move your hips, wiggle it out, shake it out. And with a little hop into the center of your mat, drop the booty down, coming to sit. All right. Let's extend the right leg out, left leg in, turning towards that foot like it's a bullseye, pulling the toes in towards your face, one shoulder on either side of the bullseye. Inhale, arms up into the air. Exhale, forward fold. Option to use your belt or your strap here if you're using one today. You don't need one though. If you don't have one, just reaching for your shin or your ankle or your foot, whatever you got, it's all good. Checking in with your shoulders. Is your left shoulder creeping up towards the ceiling? If it is, can you balance them out a little bit more? One more breath. Inhale to rise, bringing it back up tall, and bringing your left hand beside your left hip, just pointing those fingertips away from your body. Right hand comes up and over, rolling over that left knee, grounding down through your right foot, big stretch, lifting from the hips, lifting from the hips. Exhale, bring it back down to the earth. Beautiful. Other side. Extending the left leg out, right leg in. Turning towards that foot like it's a bullseye. You've got one shoulder on either side. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Option to use your belt or your strap here. Oh, it's falling apart, my belt. Look at that. With every breath, rising up a little tiny bit. And with every exhale, allowing yourself to fold forward. Yeah, no? Just checking in with your shoulders here. Is your right shoulder creeping up towards the ceiling? Keep them balanced. Inhale to rise, bringing it up tall and strong. Right hand comes beside your right hip. Point those fingertips away from your body. Left hand comes up and over, rolling over that right knee, lifting those hips up to the sky. Left foot grounding down into the earth, foot flat on the earth, reaching. Lift those hips, lift them up, lift them. Big full breath. Dropping the booty back down to the earth. Feet come together in front of you, soul to soul. Inhale, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Give those toes a little wiggle. Big full breaths. Inhale to rise, bringing it up tall and strong. Crossing the legs in front of you. Grounding down through those sit bones. Inhale, arms up into the air, palms facing each other. Exhale, bring it down through center. And at the end of class, We find ourselves right where we started, back at the beginning. This is the cycle of our practice, of our day, of our week, and everything in between. All of the endings, they are a beginning. All of the beginnings, they are an ending. Yoga magic. Namaste, my friends. Until next time.